Hey everyone, Julia from Sunday Sounds here. In this video, we're going to take a look at our song-specific patch designed in the style of the song you see on the screen. I'm going to demonstrate this song patch in its original key and at its original tempo. You can change the key you play or hear the song patch in by using Easy Transpose, and you can change the tempo as well. Details on how to adjust both the key and the tempo are included in your download. For this video, I'll be demonstrating the MainStage version of this song-specific patch. If you purchase the Ableton Live version, you'll be able to use this video to follow along just the same, seeing as the hand positions, song sections, layer ranges, and sound of the patch are the same. In MainStage, you'll use your mod wheel to move through the various song sections. In Ableton, you'll use the macro knob labeled Song Section. Be sure to check out the full demo video for this song patch to see all the parts and sections in order and how we move the song section control throughout the song. This song patch has piano, pads, organ, strings, and bass, all triggered in the left-hand range, which stretches from here up to here. There's a piano sound from this note all the way up the rest of the keys. Then there's a soft synth sound layered on this upper octave just from this note up to here. You'll start the song with the song section control all the way down for your intro, your verses, down chorus, interlude, and down bridge. At halfway will be the medium chorus, medium bridge, and the medium interlude. And all the way up is the big chorus, big bridge, and instrumental. And remember that whether you're in MainStage or Ableton Live, these positions are the same. For the intro, you're going to have the song section control all the way down. You'll be playing single notes in the lowest octave of your left hand, and then your right hand will be playing a piano riff that I like to also share with the thumb of my left hand, but you could play it all with your right hand if you wanted to. Here's what it sounds like. So essentially, you're going to be holding this one chord in your pinky of your left hand, and then your thumb will be alternating on this note, while your right hand plays these notes. I also want to note that during this part, I like to overemphasize these notes in my right hand and underemphasize my left hand just a bit. And I find it easier to split this part between two hands rather than trying to play it with one hand. But you can feel free to play around with it and decide how you want to play it. For the verses, you're going to have the song section control all the way down. You'll play single notes in the lowest octave of your left hand and a piano riff in your right hand. And just like the intro, I like to split this piano riff between my right hand and the thumb of my left hand. Now this part is going to be a little different than the intro because the left hand chords do change. So here's what the left hand will play. So you start with octaves, then you're going to jump your pinky up to the 4 chord and you're going to keep your thumb on this note. Then you're going to move both fingers up just one step to the 5 chord and then this note. And then your right hand is going to play the same riff from the intro, like this. So all together it looks like this. and you'll play that the same way throughout the entire verse. Then when the verse comes back later in the song, you'll again have the song section control all the way down, and you'll play everything the same way. For the down chorus, you'll have the song section control all the way down. You'll play single notes in the lowest octave of your left hand and a piano riff in your right hand. Now this riff doesn't have to be anything specific, just something to fill space. So I like to just arpeggiate through the chords like this. But you can feel free to play that part differently if you'd like. So here's how I like to play this. Now you'll notice that I do like to play that last riff with my thumb on this note, just because that gives me a little bit more space for my left hand, and it splits the riff between both hands. But again, you can play that just with one hand if you'd like. The next time you play the chorus, you'll have the song section control at halfway, and you'll play everything pretty much the same way. During this part, if you want to play full octaves in the left hand, you can, as long as you make sure that they don't run into what your right hand is playing. You can also feel free to bring that riff up a bit if you want to play it up in this middle range. You can absolutely do that as well. The next time you play the chorus, it will be a big chorus, so you have the song section control all the way up. Play octaves in the left hand, and you can either play chords in your right hand, or you can also arpeggiate your chords to fill space like we did in the other choruses. Again, that's completely up to you. The last time you play the chorus will be towards the end of the song. You'll have the song section control all the way down, and this time I like to play octaves in my left hand and keep my right hand super simple. So I just play simple chords like this. I also like to pulse my right hand and the thumb of my left hand on the quarter notes to fill a little bit of space during this part. For the down bridge, you'll have the song section control all the way down. You'll play octaves in your left hand and a piano lead in your right hand. Here's what the lead sounds like. So here it is with both hands. So this is a part that you're going to play through pretty much the rest of the song. So I like to change it up during some parts. So if you want to play that straight through, just like that for the first couple times, it's a good way to set the tone for what this section is going to sound like. Then you can start to add in some other things. So for example, during the first part of the lead line, I like to pulse my thumb of my left hand as I'm playing the different notes in my right hand like this. So essentially you're going to play 4 times through the chord progression, just like that. Then you're going to increase the song section control up to halfway. And this time I like to start incorporating octaves in the lead line, so I'll play something like this. Now, if that is too difficult for you, you can continue to play single notes because that can be a pretty big jump. The main idea here is to keep the first part of the lead line relatively low and then the second part higher so that it pops out a bit. So even if you wanted to play the lead line down here and then play it in octaves right here, I think I did that several times in the demo as well, just to change it up and make it different. So that would sound like this. Another way that you can change up this part to add something different is instead of playing that last line like this, you could play it like this. Now, I like to do this different ending to the line whenever I'm moving into a new section or after I've played the lead line about 2 times to make it feel like it has finished that section of the song. So, for example, if I play 2 times through the progression like this, it would sound like this with the ending. And that's one way to kind of transition into the next section and keep it fresh and new. So the next time you play the bridge, you'll have the song section control all the way up, and you'll play everything the same way. Again, keep in mind that you can add in some improvisations if you'd like. Because the song is by Maverick City Music, it's natural that they play a lot of improvisations throughout the song, so you're absolutely free to do that if you feel comfortable. And if you don't want to and you want to just stick to the chords to keep it simple, that is perfectly fine as well. After this big bridge, you'll play an instrumental version of the bridge, which again, you'll play everything pretty much the same way. Then you'll play another big bridge, and at the very end of that last line, you'll slowly bring the song section control all the way down. After this big bridge, you're going to play an interlude section where you have the song section control all the way down. You'll play through the chord progression a total of 8 times, which is basically 2 times through the bridge. Now this part is supposed to be quiet, so you're going to be playing octaves in your left hand and then a really simplified version of the lead line in your right hand. This is again a place where you can absolutely add any improvisations that you'd like as long as they fit in with the chords. And I'll show you kind of what I like to play. So starting off, I like to keep it very simple to, again, reestablish what the lead line is while all of this is happening, like this. Now that lead line was slightly different because I didn't play that upper part 2 times, I just played it once when we were on the minor 6. Then once I play through that part a couple of times, I might start to decide to add in some other things like this. Another thing I like to do is leading back into the first chord is play something like this. You can also feel free to keep this part very simple by just playing the chords in the right hand as well. So you'll play, like I said, 8 times through the progression here. Then you'll bring the song section control up to halfway and play 4 more times through the progression, or 1 time through the bridge, essentially. For this part, I like to play the first part of the lead in octaves. And then eventually I'll bring that last part up an octave or play that up high as well, because this leads into another big bridge. And for the big bridge, you'll have the song section control all the way up, play everything the same way as you have on previous bridges. Then after this bridge is a refrain. Now the refrain, you're going to have the song section control all the way back down. And again, you're going to play everything really light, really simple. Feel free to fill space as you'd like, but the chords are the same as we've been playing throughout this entire part. So just be sure to practice that if you're going to add improvisations. For the outro, you're going to have the song section control all the way down for the entire thing. You'll play octaves in your left hand and chords in your right hand. I like to think of the outro as being two slightly different sections. So the first section, you're going to play through the chord progression a total of 8 times. For this part, you'll play octaves in the left hand and chords in the right hand. Now you can feel free to embellish these chords by adding some sustained notes or by creating some improvisations or leading notes into the next chord change, which I like to do in the demo. I like to play something like this. The main idea here is to fill a little bit of space, but not to take up too much space and just to play nice and light. So again, that's the first 8 times through the chord progression. Then I like to think of the next section as the last 6 times through the progression, but you're going to bring your right hand up an octave. Your left hand will continue playing chords, and your right hand will play a riff up high. Now keep in mind that you don't have to play this part if you don't want to, but if you want to keep it similar to the original recording, this is similar to what they do. Something like this. So with both hands, that would look like this. So you would play that high riff just like that for 4 times through the chord progression. Then the very last 2 times, you'd bring your right hand down and play your chords in this middle range and just keep them super simple. Don't fill any space, just 3 simple chords, and that is the end of the song. Be sure to check out the demo video to see all of these parts in order and how we move the song section control throughout the song. Song-specific patches work best in the Sunday Keys template for MainStage and Ableton Live. Sunday Keys gives you all the sounds and tools you need to play live worship keys, and all of our song-specific patches integrate seamlessly with Sunday Keys. You can learn all about Sunday Keys for MainStage and Ableton Live on our website. Thanks for checking out this song-specific patch. I'm Julia with Sunday Sounds, and I'll see you next time.